Hey guys, how's it going? This is Connor from Legacy Productions. Now, between Greg and I recently, there's been a lot of talk about getting a Phantom drone. As you guys know, Phantom drones on the generous side are about $1,500. Now that's more money than your average user would spend. Phantom drones are generally meant for a more professional crowd who uses it for professional videography. Now, if you go on any starter guide for drones, they recommend that you buy a cheap drone that you could practice on before you upgrade to the $1,500 model. Alright, so what makes this drone unique is that it has a very unique remote. It has something that's a lot more similar to something you'd see on a Phantom. It has an LCD screen on it, and you can monitor the power usage, battery on the drone, gyroscope, things like that. So my advice for you guys is when you're thinking about buying a drone, buy a cheap drone like this first, because if you crash this and you break it, you can replace propellers, you can replace anything. But when you buy a $1,500 Phantom drone, if you crash that, you're out $1,500, and that's never a good thing. So your best bet is to learn on one of these things and become an expert at the Phantom drone before you learn to fly it. Now, we're very far away from buying a Phantom drone, but it would be something very cool in the future to have for our business. One thing to keep in mind, and when you have a drone and you're flying it in public, videography, recreational use, whatever, new laws state that you do have to register it with the government. I believe it's a $5 fee, and it's the law, so you have to do it. It's a bummer, but you do. Now, where this is a very useful and recreational tool for learning, it can also be a very dangerous one. You need to make sure you use it properly, just like anything else. You can't fly it over crowds, you can't fly near power lines, you know. You take it out into a field like the one we're in now, and fly it where no one else can get hurt. You're learning, and you don't want to hurt anyone else. Now, to recap though, this is a great learning tool. It's cheap, and if you crash it, it's not a big deal. If you buy a $1,500 Phantom drone, that's not the case. Okay, so being that this is a cheap, presumably Chinese or Japanese product, the instruction manual isn't the greatest. Now, this is one of the best practice drones out there, but you're gonna have some trouble getting through the manual. If you could get past that, it's very simple. Just learn how to use it on your own. All right, and that's a wrap up. We are gonna be starting a series based along these lines. This is the first episode in the series. It's sort of our quest to a drone. Now, we don't have the financial means, we don't have the skill for a Phantom drone right now, but we hope to in the future. We hope through our experiences this will serve as sort of a guide for you guys. Alright guys, this has been Connor from Legacy Productions, and I'll see you in the next video.
You make sure camera work?
I think I'm getting it. I made sure the camera worked.
Those instructions that come inside the manual are really poor.
Have we started the video?
Well, this is some of it right now.
Okay. Are we doing an introduction?
Yeah, well, this is just behind the scenes garbage.